I was thinking in the future maybe I'll get like a hand mic.
I was looking at hand mics too.
Might be more fun.
And I'm like, season 2, we'll do a lot of upgrades. I was actually thinking. We need to start the podcast.
Start the podcast.
We need to start the podcast.
Welcome to Ex-Boyfriend Material. I was going to introduce myself. I can't do it that way. Welcome to Ex-Boyfriend Material. This is my ex, Sean.
And this is my ex, Jahred. Welcome back to the pod.
Hello.
Episode 5.
You
came in hot today.
Yes, I did.
You walked in, you were like, I'm
Yes.
up. And I'm just like, I've been working. I'm
Yes.
probably not as up as you, but
No,
I'm here with you.
I'm gonna infect you with this energy.
Please.
Because there's just so much to say today. And it's like, it's things I can't, I don't want to get too specific. Obviously, we record these ahead of time. So if we get too specific, it's like out of date by the time it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But we did say that we want to start doing some messy questions at the beginning.
You want to get right into this.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, should we catch up first a little bit?
Maybe a little bit, but
Maybe
now that you've brought up the messy questions, you've got people's like attention. Messy questions of the week. We wanted to start sort of getting a little bit more into relationship stuff, our past a little bit, to like let the viewers in on who we even were 8 years ago when we were little babies.
We were
dating,
little babies.
But the questions don't always have to relate to us. They can just be general relationship questions. But of course, you only have, I guess, 2 relationships under your belt. Mm-hmm. And now I have one, you, and this current one. So
and there's like, for me, there's been like those smaller like situationships that have popped up,
which have definitely impacted me a lot throughout these years.
That's the thing. Like situationships makes it sound a little less, intense
serious.
or a little less serious, but it's still going to leave a mark for sure.
Fully.
So
we just wanted to get a little bit more, I guess, messy, or just really talk about it, because I think there's a lot to unpack here that we actually already have done a lot of, but off camera.
Yeah.
But now we're here to, as you said in episode 1, contentify
our lives. Yes.
So
isn't that great that we get to do that?
I mean, I guess so. I know, what a privilege. But like, for all the 30 people watching, listening, we appreciate the support, of course.
It's growing every day.
It does. I actually am very happy about that.
Yeah.
Like, even the followers on Instagram and TikTok, I've noticed, are at least if there's a constant growth. It's not just like no followers every day.
What's funny is like all the different platforms have different things that are doing well. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's so early on, but things that are like reaching the 10,000 view mark are not the same on each platform.
No, not at all.
Which is weird.
That just happens with social media. Like, the more you are on it, there's no way to like anticipate what's going to hit.
Yeah.
That's why you just put it on every platform to see like what works on what thing. So
also, like the thing with some of the reels or the shorts on YouTube, 2 of them got like 0 views, like 0.
Yeah.
And then some of them are like doing really well, or like doing what we would consider well, like, but
like 1,000 views.
Like just getting some traction. We have 30 subscribers right now, like whatever. Like,
which honestly, I'm like, damn, 2 weeks, 30 subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's a podcast that's starting from literally nothing. Like,
absolutely.
We don't have established followings already. I mean, you have more than I have,
but even then we're both very micro.
Yes.
So it's just kind of nice to see. It's really nice to see people just like, when you see on Instagram, like, oh, they followed you from your reel, and I don't know them, you don't know them. It's like, oh, you just found us and are interested maybe in just the reels. Yeah. And hopefully you make your way to the actual podcast.
Yeah.
But
did you see you got a comment that someone was like, well, I would date you.
I did see
on
that
on our first video.
Like, listen to the podcast. I have a boyfriend.
They're like, Sean, I would date you.
I'm like, God, like, I do think about how different this podcast would be if I was single.
I don't know if it would be that different.
I'd still be anxious, complaining, whatever. I just wouldn't be.
You'd be like seeking something more, I would think.
Yeah. I think there would be a part of me that's like, oh, cool, I'm more online, so maybe there's more of a chance that I'll find someone.
Yeah.
But now I have someone, so I don't even have to think about that. So when I saw that comment, I was like, this would have done a lot for me a while ago. It does nothing for me now.
I'm just going to keep my comments to myself about that person because I don't know that person.
Oh, okay.
But I was just like, when people start to throw themselves at you in public comment spaces, it's
at least just send me a
red
DM.
Flag. That's a red flag for me.
It's a red flag to do it in a comment.
Yeah.
It's not a red flag if you just DM someone. Like that's a little bit more.
Yeah, talk to that person directly is what I would say. Don't DM Sean. He's taken.
No, please. I mean, I don't want any of that. No.
Okay,
good.
So I mean, this kind of segues into my messy question that I want to ask.
Messy question.
I guess the question is, how does jealousy come up for you in relationships? I mean, in our relationship, I would love we talk about that, but also in your current relationship, or even like when you were dating and not actually in any relationships, you know?
Yeah.
Did it come up for you a lot with you and me?
Yeah, completely.
Okay, so for people who don't know, we were together for a year in college, and in that year was kind of like 3 phases. We had like a couple of months together going to the same school. We're right down the street from each other. And then we had a couple of months where Sean had moved maybe like an hour or 2 away. And then we had a couple of months where Sean was living in LA and I was living in Northern California.
Yeah. The bulk of our relationship was long distance.
Yeah. So when you were feeling your kinds of jealousy at that time, was it in person? Was it long distance? Was it worse on one or the other?
I'm trying to think about, the first thing that pops into mind was more the jealousy of when we were long distance, because it wasn't even that I was jealous of other guys. It was more like, I'm just jealous that you, one, get to hang out with all of your friends and I'm in LA with no friends, or at least like a smaller like range of people here. And just, I was jealous of everyone who got time with you that I couldn't have. So the jealousy looked a lot different than I think it comes up in relationships. Just like, oh, I'm jealous of like this guy talking to you. Because like, I never saw guys talking to you. So I wasn't jealous of these people. I was just like, oh, you keep talking about Jake and Olivia. Love y'all if you're listening. But I was like, I want to be Jake. I want to be Olivia. Like, I want to spend time with my boyfriend, but I can't. And so I got really jealous, especially when you would prioritize them over me because they were right in front of you and I was just a cell phone. Like, just like, hey, like call me. And you're like, well, I'm having more fun. At least I felt you were like, well, I'm having more fun with my friends. Yeah. Which I understand now, but at the time, like, ooh, that hurt.
It hurt.
That hurt.
I mean, I can imagine it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have to imagine it. I lived it, but
yeah, I can imagine.
But
yeah.
But yeah, you know, it was never like, Sean's boring, I want to go have fun. You know, it wasn't never like that. But my mind at that time, I was very of the mindset of like, oh, well, like I'm always talking to Sean. Like we're always texting. Right. Like I can go do this and maybe we'll move our thing to tomorrow or maybe we'll do something else. You know,
even you saying that maybe we'll move our thing to tomorrow, I'm like, oh, yeah. My heart, it hurts. Yeah. I remember that pain because there was a lot of those moments. Yeah. Where you'd be like, oh, we've been talking all day. Like, why can't we just talk tomorrow? And then the next day it would happen again. I'm just like I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm jealous because of all these people. But I think with us specifically, that's where most of the jealousy came from. But like when we were together, like actually in person, I never really got jealous because we were so like into each other. You know, like I think in that like honeymoon phase, like those first, I think maybe like 6 months where we got to see each other a lot more, I was like, I'm not jealous because I see how much he likes me and I know how much I like him. So it's easy for me to not get jealous when I can feel every day how much this person like loves me. Yeah. So even if I see them talking to another guy, there is a twinge of like, who is that? What is going on? But I can also rely on like, well, they're probably just friends. Like we're good because I'm so secure in the relationship. I think jealousy definitely stems from like being insecure about your relationship maybe. But yeah, with us, it came across more, not in a romantic way, but more of like oh, I just want to be with you. Yeah. And your friends get to be with you. Yeah. Did you ever get, how did jealousy come up for you? Like if at all, because I don't think I remember. You're really good at not getting jealous.
Yeah,
I think that was I remember you not being jealous in our relationship.
I think as I've gotten older, learned to recognize it a little more, because at the time I don't really remember ever feeling like, you know, you were ever doing anything that made me like feel like you were taking time away from me, you know? I mean, at the time it felt like, because you also moved, you were a senior in college, you moved, you know, across the state, and you were still building a community down here. You had like no new friends yet. You were still like, so there was like I think there was a lot of interaction with us because of that. Like we were always kind of interacting, but yeah, like I don't remember. We were kind of really in this like honeymoon phase for like the whole part of our relationship where we were together. And I don't think we ever thought about anyone else.
No.
I never was worried about you thinking of someone else. I don't think you were worried about me thinking of someone else.
It was very clear that we're like, oh, we are so in love. Like,
yeah. Like
why would anyone look anywhere else?
But I also like, you know, I don't think I really experienced jealousy and kind of, you know, come to terms that I do experience it until I got in my next relationship. Really though, because it was different. My relationship with my recent ex, we were together for 5 years. We lived together. We had a dog together. I've learned that there's like little twinges of it for me. Even with like people that I wasn't necessarily dating. There was someone that, you know, expressed interest in me, and I was expressing interest in them. And I was like thinking that, you know, maybe I want to go on dates. Maybe I want this to be a thing. And this guy was like expressing that to me as well. But then like I see on his story that he's like hanging out with a bunch of other guys and literally, very literally saying, going on a date with blankety blank, you know, like, so, you know, when you say to me, hey, like, I really want to take you on more dates, I want to spend more time with you. You're like, he even said like, you're like in the number one spot for me, like in terms of people I'd want to date. Okay. And I'm like kind of expressing the same thing to this guy. And then he goes and does that with other people. Like that actually did make me feel, I guess that the word is jealous.
Yeah.
Or envious.
You're jealous of the people who get his time. Yeah. You want his time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I usually don't fall for fuckboy tricks, but like at this moment I did, I guess. And
would you describe yourself as a jealous person overall?
No, not at all.
I wouldn't describe you as that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would describe me as that though.
I wouldn't describe you as that though, because I feel like you're at the kind of like baseline like jealousy. You're not crazy. You're not going through people's phones.
Oh no. That's the thing. I'm like very aware. Like I was at a bar with my boyfriend and a woman came up to him and was like, "Are you gay or do you just have nice skin?" And he immediately goes, "This is my boyfriend." And she goes, "Oh, so you're gay and have nice skin."
Yeah.
And I'm standing there like, I hate this woman. Get her out. Get her out. But I also knew, I'm like, there's literally no threat here at all. But I felt very like, I don't know.
Threatened.
I guess threatened. I don't know if jealous is the right word, but I was like, but they started talking. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like crazy. But
that's so funny.
I noticed in myself that I was like, why am I like jealous of this like woman? And then I also just kind of realized too that like, oh, well, for me, like jealousy always comes up immediately and then I'm able to like release it. And I think that's why I would classify myself as like a jealous person, because it's one of the first things I feel. But I guess you wouldn't classify me as that because I don't really act from jealousy.
Yeah. Yeah. I at least with me, but I've never seen you over the years, like, or you haven't told me at least if you've done anything crazy. 'Cause I feel like you would probably tell me if you were like, I snuck through his phone and like.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I have reactions, I get sad more than like angry. And like, I feel like jealousy and anger maybe kind of like go hand in hand, because it's like, I'm jealous of this person, or I'm jealous and now I'm angry. So I'm going to go through their phone. I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to prove that like they've hurt me in some way. And for me, I'm like, oh, my feelings are hurt. Well, I'm going to go mope like in my room because I just like stewing in the emotion versus like taking action with it. So maybe I am a jealous person, but you'll never really see me like be too snippy.
Yeah, acting from jealousy.
Or acting like I might make, you know me, I might make a comment of like, oh, you have fun with that girl? It's always like funny though. And my boyfriend did call me out and he's like, oh, were you a little? And I was like, no.
Yeah. And you know, on that topic, I feel like a little jealousy is kind of hot. It's kind of fun.
Oh my God. And that's, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a toxic part of me that wants the guy to be a little jealous. Not like I would ever go do a whole thing to make that person jealous. Like some people really like go out of their way to go like flirt with someone just to piss off their partner or whatever. And I'm not doing that.
No, that would never.
No, like it's just, anyway, but I do think it's like a little fun to be like, okay, like you want me, I want you.
So like, don't talk to these other people. And like, it's all fun. It's all fine. But like, and that's the thing. I've been trying to get better at being more honest with how I'm feeling. And if it comes of like, oh, did you have a little bit of jealousy? It's kind of like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just like, as I said before, I think it's fine when you're not acting from it.
Yeah.
And like, I can be honest, be like, yeah, I'm a jealous person. Like this happens for me. But then when you see me feeling jealous, it's actually a very calm and not big reaction.
Yeah.
I tend to lean on the more like silly side. And maybe that's more for me to kind of like calm myself down. Like if I just make a joke about it and they react in a funny way, then I can kind of be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, jealousy for me is very, as I'm talking now, manageable, I guess. Whereas I think before it might not have been.
I feel like I have a follow-up question, and I want to be mindful of the time, of course.
Okay.
But I do think this is interesting. So jealousy in terms of non-monogamy.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably way too early to even bring this up for you and your partner. But like for me, I feel like, you know, jealousy takes on a different like role in the space.
Yes.
If you're in a non-monogamous relationship, if you're in polyamory or if you're in a throuple or whatever, like however you want to classify it. I feel like jealousy comes up in very different ways.
Yeah. You have a lot more experience with that kind of jealousy in your past relationship. Did you find yourself getting more jealous when you opened up your relationship?
Actually, I kind of did. I mean, the situation with that was when we opened up our relationship, it was under the basis that we would just kind of be having fun. Like it wouldn't be like a throuple situation. It wouldn't be bringing in a third. It wouldn't be seeking other people to date. It would be like, you go have your fun, I'll go have mine. We communicate about it.
Yeah.
That was really the basis of it. And what ended up happening was, you know, a very like organic, but also very like hard to deal with situation, which was he ended up catching feelings for someone and that person caught feelings for him. And it was, again, like it wasn't forced. It just, you know, because I understand how feelings work. You can't really deny them. But that was really fucking hard for me, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's kind of like the worst case scenario of opening up your relationship is like, you don't want this to happen. Yeah. And you just want it to stay fun.
Yes. It was, it caught me off guard. It really made me go fucking crazy, to be honest. I had such a hard time with it because when we agreed to it, we agreed to only be fun, not relationships. Yes. We even specified like no dating. But then this thing kind of happened naturally with this guy he was hooking up with. I think this also brings up something that I think a lot of people who are non-monogamous have to think about, which is how do you value sex and how do you value quality time with people? Because I think I valued quality time way more than I realized. Like, and seeing him spend quality time with another person brought up jealousy for me. But knowing and seeing him go and have sex with someone, that actually didn't bring up much jealousy for me at all. Because for some reason, at least for me, that was a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah.
And know that you're just having fun in the moment. Sometimes you have a little bit of a connection with someone and you want to have fun with it. Sure. But then seeing him do the romantic things, that was really, really hard for me. But I think in his case, I think the sex part, I think the physical part was really difficult for him. But these little things, like to him, it was just hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
And I think in his mind, it was like, that was more harmless than the sex part.
Yeah.
He thought He thought the sex part would be a little more hurtful because it was hurtful to him, you know, a little more jealousy inducing for him.
So it's kind of like you both were doing like you were having.
We were kind of doing the opposite. We were thinking of this in the opposite ways. It's something that I think a lot of, you know, thruples, non-monogamous people, whatever, probably have to go through, is like really laying out how you feel about this stuff.
I feel like you want to avoid jealousy at all costs when you open up your relationship, and the rules and the boundaries are important to like minimize that.
Yeah.
And so obviously in your relationship, there might not have been like a very clear discussion of what that looked like.
Yeah.
Which is why jealousy got brought up for you.
Yeah. Which is crazy because like we were 4 years in, we talked about it so much before we did it. We were in couples therapy. Like we were in individual therapy. Mm-hmm. We did everything by the book, I would say. I mean, we went through a lot of issues together, but we were doing everything by the book, you know? And somehow, you know, still like we had these misunderstandings, and I don't know, that really brought out the jealousy for sure.
That's why I don't know if I could really like ever open up my relationship, and well,
right.
Like that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if I could ever, but also like could be fun one day.
Yeah.
I know in my current relationship right now, in the current status of being 3-4 months in with someone, it's a no right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like we have nothing to stand on other than like 3-4 months. Like,
yeah.
That's not enough ground to like lay out. I don't know anything at all. Like I could see maybe later on having a stronger foundation and then having the discussion of like, what does fun look like?
Yeah.
When we go out, and maybe open that up, but it would have to be like so clear, and I would have to feel so secure.
Yeah.
And that's just something I struggle with a lot, is like feeling insecure in just myself and in my relationships. But luckily I feel like I'm in a relationship now that's helping me build that up, that I'm like, wow, if this keeps going this way, I could potentially be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's open it up. Like It's definitely like not off the table, but currently it is. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's smart. And he's also agreed that like at this current moment, it's like a no.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. Like we're on the same page, and it's an ongoing discussion. And I also feel very confident in being like, no, I don't want this now. Like, I don't need this, like, or it's not where I'm at. But of course, like hearing my partner and making it more of a discussion than like nope. It's more like, let's talk about it. I still feel like it's a no, but like, glad we talked. Let's revisit when we're feeling better.
For sure.
Like, I don't know. Part of me is just like, I can hop on board if it's another person, but they're just like into me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, they're not even into my partner. So I'm like, okay, great. Like, it's only okay if I do it kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But if someone's into my partner, then I'm like, no, sorry. Like, that's for me.
But I think there's something very human about that. I don't really know why, but it's like we can process all these emotions when it's us. But then when that same exact experience happens to our partner, all of a sudden it's off the limits. And I've experienced that too, where I'm like fully okay with, we've talked about everything, and I say I'm okay with something, and then they do it. And I'm like, wait, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No, exactly. And that's the thing. It's also being aware of like, oh, I'm kind of being a brat right now. Because it's like, well, it's okay if I do it, or if I think these things. Or like, I think in our relationship, you brought up just even the topic of an open relationship, not even asking me for one. You were just like, let's talk about it. And I was like, hell no.
Yeah.
We are not doing that. Like, I feel threatened because now I think like you want more than what I can offer. Mm-hmm. And
well, especially like the long distance thing was a factor in that too. Like, you couldn't fully be there for me physically. So then like, of course you would be scared, because it's like, you can't really stop me from doing anything either.
Yeah.
So that fear like gets in your head.
But that's the thing. Like, for a long part of our relationship, I had no fear.
Yeah.
And then I think when things started to get rocky, like towards the end, it was just like, oh my God, like
what if something happens?
What if something happens? Like, this is going to like break me. And I don't know. It's just like, I'm just thinking about like, you're obviously the last person I've dated. So having that memory of, no, I don't want to open like relationship. I don't want this. And feeling so like steadfast on it, like that's my view. And now being in a new relationship, that's the only memory I have. So I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's how I think.
Mm.
But when I sit with it for a moment, it's kind of like, I feel like that's changed.
Yeah.
The feeling of jealousy and like why I don't want to is like still there of like, well, I don't want to feel all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a bigger awareness now that, well, you know, if like you're in something secure and you talk about it and things are okay, like you actually might not be like that mad about it.
Yeah.
I also was like hooking up with a couple for like 6 months, like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like they're having fun. Like I could potentially like do that one day.
Yeah.
But also there was that safety of I don't have to be in that relationship.
Yeah. You don't have to be part of that discussion.
I can pop in, pop right on out. And I'm like, don't have to see the jealousy. There were moments where I saw the jealousy.
Yeah.
Because how could you not look at me? It's like you're giving Sean more attention. This, that. And I'm like, yes. Like, fight. Do your thing. But then I could, again, pop
Isn't that
out.
the best, though? Like getting to just insert yourself, have some fun, and then dip.
Yeah.
You know, with a couple.
It was just like that thing of this is so fun. But the moments where I saw that it wasn't fun, I don't know if I could handle the not fun parts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think freaks me out, is that I would fully enjoy the fun stuff. And then the moment I feel jealousy or the moment it doesn't become everything I want, I feel like I would just break down because it would bring up so many other things.
Yeah. Okay. So we just went through the messy question, but I now have a lot to say about what's exhausting me right now.
All right, let's talk about it.
So what's exhausting me are these people that are self-proclaimed devil's advocates. Contrarians. Whatever, like reactionaries, I'll throw them in there as well.
Okay.
And what I mean by those people are like the people who hear an opinion, a popular opinion, or they hear some sort of opinion and they're the first ones to like be like, well, actually, like if we're looking at it from multiple perspectives, blah, 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 blah. You know, I have a real issue with that. Not because, you know, it is important to take in multiple mm-hmm. perspectives, but I think people often use it as this kind of like virtue signaling thing to be like, well, like, for example, a conversation I had recently was someone who, you know, we were talking about politics and we were talking about issues that are on the left side of politics. And this person like went out of their way to be like, well, not to be like devil's advocate, but like the people on the right view us this way, blah, blah, blah. Like what, and started kind of defending them, even though that this person is not on the right, you know?
Yeah.
So I just have an issue with these people because I think sometimes they just want to maybe sound more wise than they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe like convince themselves that they're like, very like they're omnipotent and they're mm-hmm. seeing everything and seeing how everything is, you know, whatever. It's really exhausting to me. And I think it's actually politically harmful.
I think people who say just to play devil's advocate and then share like the other opposing
their
side
horrible take
is something they actually believe half the time. At least the examples I'm thinking of, a friend's like, well, just playing devil's advocate. I'm like, this is what you think.
Yeah.
And you're hiding behind the devil.
Yeah, the devil.
I see right through you, fucking fake freak.
Yeah, like
I think it bothers me a lot too, because it's like, we're all agreeing here, and I know that maybe they just want to like bring in another point so that it's not so like, oh yeah, like I'm just so into what you're saying. It's like, let's talk about another thing, but I'm kind of like, what's the point? Like, honestly, we don't need the devil. I grew up in a family, right? We don't need him.
Yeah. Shut him the fuck up.
Shut the devil down.
I grew up in a family of total debaters. Everybody was always arguing about something to the point where it's like, we better not even bring it up because we're all just going to debate and fight with each other about it. And yeah, I shouldn't even say the word debate because it was just yelling, you know? But
some people love to debate though. Some people love the art of arguing.
I genuinely like debating, not arguing in a way that's like harmful or we're raising voices, we're taking things personal. Like I don't take things personal when someone has a different opinion than me. I'd really love to be educated actually. But I also don't like when people hide behind like this thing where it's like, well, not to be devil's advocate, but you know,
not to be, but I'm going to be.
Yeah, but you're going to be.
You're like annoying. Leave me alone.
My thoughts on it is if these people want to do the opposite of what they're told or what they're asked to or whatever every time because they don't want to feel controlled by an opinion or feel too agreeable to an opinion. Are you not still just as controlled by that opinion if you consistently every single time do the opposite of what you're told? Come on now. Are we thinking for ourselves, or are you thinking about the opposite of what is coming towards you every single time? To me, that's how I view this. And
well, to play devil's advocate.
Right.
No.
So
what do you feel like? Because this also, you're talking about devil's advocate, people who are just going against everything. I want to bring it maybe to a more like normal day-to-day level of saying like, oh my gosh, like you should try this cake. It's really good. I've tried that cake. It's not that good. Someone who's always like, oh my gosh, like today was so fun. It was all right.
Yeah.
Like the people who are just like, don't have anything positive to say initially. Like, I want to know what that is. I don't think you're like that. I'm definitely not like that.
Yeah.
But like, I have a few friends who are very clear. I'm just like, I'll turn to them and I'm like, do you have anything nice to say?
Yeah. Right.
Like what?
And, I'm not asking those people to fake it because I'd rather you be for real about where you're at emotionally. If you're not feeling good, then you're not feeling good. That's fine. But when you consistently like are shutting other people down by saying the negative thing that your friends might be saying as a positive, like, come on.
What's with the shutdown? I think that's what I want to know. Like, what's with the shutdown of like, I am sharing something very positive.
Yeah.
And your first thought is, no, like I need to make sure you understand that today was not that fun, or that mac and cheese was not that good, or that you've had better here.
Yeah.
Like, is it to get more attention?
I don't know. I mean,
to start
misery loves company.
Maybe it is just like a conversation starter that they think they're doing. It's like, I have this opinion. I have the opposite. Let's debate.
Yeah. Like, I think there's some part of it that makes maybe they think is a little more neutral than it is. But I mean, misery really does love company. And I think people who are sad or depressed, like there's like, I mean, maybe I'm getting a little too contrived right now, but in my head, I've always thought that people who are a little depressed or sad, there's like an inherent loneliness. And so you kind of want to drag people into it with you because then you're not as alone, Okay,
well, now I'm sad. I'm like, I feel bad for my friends now. Not that I have a bunch of friends like
shut up, you complainy bitch.
No, fully. Sometimes I want to, but others...
Maybe they're very sad. Maybe they're not doing well.
The friends I'm thinking of kind of have that through line. Like, they're kind of like a sad, lonely person.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really doing it because they want to bring everyone down. I think it is just like, this is how I'm actually feeling. Unfortunately, it's coming across as like, you should all feel this like with me too. And it's like, the only opinion I have is to be a little more negative because that's all that's going on in my head.
Yeah.
Jahred, I'm sad now. I feel bad for everything I said about everything I brought up. We should have more compassion.
Yeah.
Empathy. No, I'm not a big fan of devil's advocates. I think although I do think sometimes when it's more playful, I think it can be fun.
Again, like I think debates are fun. Are fun. Arguments and screaming matches, not so much.
Yeah.
When people are taking things personally, or when I just notice that this person is consistently like rubbing up against anything that they feel to be like the general, consensus on something. Like, I mean, it's as simple as like, wow, like everybody's obsessed with this movie right now. Should we go see it? No, like I think it's so overrated and so whatever. It's like, you haven't seen it. Like what? Why? What's overrated?
Yeah.
You just don't like that people like it and you want to not like it because that makes you interesting. That makes you different.
That makes you different for not liking
it. Doesn't make you that different.
Because
half the people like it, half the people don't. Now you're just part of the other 50%.
Actually, though, it's like you think like, yes, you might be different in this conversation, but you're just picking a side.
Yeah.
That like you fall into with everyone. Like you're falling into the same stuff. Like you're really not that.
And I think there is a beauty in finding some neutrality with things, like finding a place where you kind of see both sides, not just pick one side because you feel like it's the opposite of what everyone else is doing.
You know what I feel like with devil's advocates, it never feels, at least the ones we're talking about, it never feels like it's coming from a place of curiosity. It's more to make a point.
Yeah.
Versus I think it's also about tone of like, well, to play devil's advocate, like, well, like, this is how they think. What do you think about that? And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You're bringing in that side in a very like gentle way.
Yeah.
I'm a more gentle person, so that's how I would like to receive things. But I also understand like, oh, you just want to like keep the conversation going, and I want to hear what you think about the other side, and not like, to play devil's advocate, these people say this, like they kind of have a point too. It's like, do they?
Yeah.
Or is that your point?
Or is that your point?
Tell me.
Is that how you feel?
Tell me.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like when people hide behind it. And for the most part, I just keep things to myself. I've been trying to get better at having opinions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I have nothing to really add, I just like don't speak.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people should do that as well. Like if you're not really in a position to be an expert on something, or if you're not ready to actually defend your weird take, then why are you talking?
I rarely have the energy to defend anything I say.
Yeah.
Because I've already forgotten everything I've said before this moment. And I'm like, well, can you defend that? And I'm like, no, I can't, because I also like don't do well when questioned. Like, well, I don't know. Like I'd rather just be left alone in that capacity of like, don't ask me anything. I'm not going to share anything with you.
Yeah. You need time to like kind of digest the idea and then give a response.
Yeah. Because I also have a history of just like, well, Sean, what do you think? Yeah, for sure. Totally. Like whatever you think, I'm good with.
Yeah. You know what it is though? I do think I attract these types of people because
me?
No, not you. Not
the devil's advocates.
Devil's advocates, because I think I have a way of sounding very like stern in my opinions and very like clear. And so most of the time I'm very open to being like swayed one way or the other. Like I could like I'm taking information in and considering it. I'm never like blocked off. Yeah. But I think I have a way of sounding very like, you know,
this is my opinion. Yeah. It's the right one.
It's the correct opinion.
No one can like question me.
Because I will say it with my full chest. And then when people approach that, some people don't like that. They rub up against it and want something different, you know, or they want to throw a different idea out there, which that is fine. Mm-hmm. But like, if you're not prepared to like talk about it, then why are you bringing it up? You know, like if I come in and I can come back with like, this is why I think this way. Because most of the time I'm not saying things for no reason. Yeah. Most of the time I'm saying things because I have looked into it. I've read about it.
You just want to talk about it.
I just want to talk about it.
You just want to talk.
Yeah.
And I think people maybe don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what about this? You're like, yeah, like that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Like
you're very casually, I'll be like, oh yeah, actually, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe you have some more like I'm okay with that. Yeah. Very okay with that.
I feel like these people we're talking about like throw out like the devil's advocate thing and they're like, I have to like bring this up like da 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 da, and like they feel good about like I did it, like I brought this up, whereas people like you are like, okay, well that conversation's done, so now I'm moving on from it because it didn't actually mean a lot to me to like prove my point or be right. And I think that's what bothers me sometimes is like generally people who just need to be right. I'm like, or you could just have a conversation. Yeah. And like sharing your opinion is fine. It doesn't always have to be you have to leave it being like, and I won that conversation and I was right. Like I brought up all the good points. Like
being right is boring. Be wrong once in your life.
And I love being wrong.
Be wrong. Learn from a mistake.
That's why I don't really say much, because I'm like, it's probably wrong. So I'll just like stay put.
I feel like I could go on about this for so long. I have so many stories that this is reminding me of.
It is exhausting to deal with. I don't really surround myself with a bunch of those people. So I'm happy with that. Yeah. Yeah. What's exciting you this week? Moving on to
because you have no topics this week.
I know. I was gonna say like this week's a little funky. Jared's bringing all the topics, and I'm just kind of like, yes, daddy, I do. Yes,
daddy, I do.
I do have one thing I wanted to bring up, and it's a very quick topic. And what I'm excited about is, I guess it's maybe courtesy. People having courtesy, specifically at the gym. If I make eye contact with you at the gym and we know each other and it's, 6:03 in the morning and we smile and then we look away, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that. You don't
want to have an interaction.
I don't have an interaction. I'm the most social person you'll ever meet, but it's just the people that get it, especially at the gym. It's just like, I see them, they see me, nod. It just makes me so happy because I'm like, I want to actually talk to you more now because you respect my time. Yeah. And then there's the other people who are like, oh my God, hi. And then we are just going back and forth. And I'm like, the thing is, you catch me in a conversation, I will be in it.
Yeah.
I can't find a way out. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But in these moments of even a simple, like walking past a coworker in a hallway, I'm just like, just give me a nod. Like, give me that. Like, I love when people have that type of courtesy of like thinking that person doesn't want to be bothered, so I'm not going to bother them.
Right.
I think that's maybe more the thing of like, treat me as if you're about to bother me. And I say that like being silly because I do enjoy like talking to people, but I think that type of courtesy in more of those moments of I'm headed somewhere, I'm at the gym, I'm like leaving. It's like,
no, I get you. And it makes me think about how LA is kind of it's kind of a town where everybody wants to say hi to you no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe it's not just an LA thing. I don't feel like I really ran into this as much in San Francisco, but it's like everywhere I go, when I like see someone I know at a bar, see someone I know at the store, see someone I know at the gym, everyone wants to talk.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be like, hi, like they want to like have the whole thing. And I'm like, no,
oh no,
we don't need to do this.
No, thank you.
No,
thank you, please.
No, thank you, please.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not that I don't like interacting with people. It's just like, we're here every day at the same gym. We see each other all the time. Do we need to say hello every single time?
No. I love interacting with people. It's like one of my favorite things to do, but not in these specific moments that I think are generally like, at least I hope that are generally understood. Like, it's the morning.
Yeah.
It's the evening. Like, if we're at a bar and you see me, yes, I'm out here to be social. People, like, when I have my headphones in and someone like taps my shoulder of like, hey, I'm like, that was not.
No.
Headphones is not an invitation.
No.
At all. So I've just been really enjoying lately that I've had a lot of interactions this week at the gym that are just simple nods.
Yeah.
Like a cute little wave. And that's it.
And
I'm like, thank you for respecting. And I think like maybe it's more understood, but I have had those moments of just like, we are now in a 20-minute discussion over these like dumbbells.
Ugh, it drives me nuts when people do that.
Yeah. So it excites me that people have courtesy at the gym.
Courtesy at the gym.
That's all I had to bring up this week.
I mean, honestly, that's a good one. The thing that was exciting me is body language.
Oh, yeah.
I just found this, I just kind of was thinking about this and I found it to be like a topic that we could kind of explore. I mean, we don't have to go too crazy with it, but body language to me is exciting because I love the idea of like nonverbal communication, and it's not even just the sexy way. Like the main thing that made me think about this was the other night I was hanging out with some people and they were at my place and I just like kind of got up and did well, and then everybody left and it was amazing.
Well,
I guess that's not technically only body language, but just the action of me getting up and kind of just doing everybody left. Everybody knew what that meant.
Everyone understood. Everyone had courtesy.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, I really was like, there's something about the body language of this. There's something about the non-verbally saying, get the fuck out of my house, because I didn't have to tell anybody like, should we call you an Uber? Like, I didn't have to do that.
It didn't have to be like so direct. It's just like, I'm going to tell you with my body, which is obviously body language. But like, I think I've underestimated body language for a long time as a good source of communicating. I think obviously valuing actual talking to communicate what you want. But like in these more moments that are like casual, like if you're like at a friend's place and you notice that they're yawning or like that they're leaning back and just like, oh, maybe I should be a little more aware of the signals they're sending me than just like, well, they haven't told me to leave yet. So I guess I'll just stay.
Exactly. Also like if I've ever been that, I've always like felt really bad if I'm overstaying my welcome.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to know and I get that, but like I always am kind of mindful of like, I should be the one to go. I should just choose to get up and go and do my own thing, because I never want to like impose on people at all. But I mean, body language in more than a few ways is exciting to me because it's like sometimes just, I don't know, just a little like body language between someone that you're flirting with. Like there's something there. Like And even if it's like the smallest amount of like physical contact or whatever, it really builds the tension.
Oh, it does.
Without even talking, you know?
My favorite body language move that a guy can do to me, and I also do to guys, is the like knee touch or like the thigh like grab.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're so funny. Squeeze their thigh. I'm like, I'm in it.
Yeah, you're so
I'm so in it. Like, that's me telling you, hi, I like you. And I also feel that way when when someone does it to me, I think generally like, oh, yeah, they want me.
Absolutely. I feel like physical contact that I really like, I love when people like not necessarily want to hold hands, but they want to grab my arm.
Oh,
like when they hold onto my arm and we're like walking down the street versus like holding my hand. I love that. I don't know why. I feel like something about it feels very...
It's very comforting.
It's comforting and it's more cute, I think.
It's cute, but it's also like a lot
Holding hands is generic.
But holding an arm is a lot more contact.
Yeah.
Like when I'm holding my boyfriend's arm, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm kind of hugging you right now.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to feel like, oh, this is how I actually feel.
Yeah.
Versus like holding your hand. Also, holding hands is like clammy, sweaty. After
no
a
matter
while.
what, you're gonna get a little clammy.
Like, no, I don't. I love an arm thing. And is that even body language? Just that's more like physical.
Yeah, physical
touch,
contact.
But like, I do remember. This is actually such a specific memory. When we were dating, we were on Rodeo Drive walking, and I looked in a store, and then I came back to you, and I didn't hold your hand or anything. We're just like walking, and you go, and I look over at you, and you just have your arm out like, are you not gonna like re-hold my hand or like re-hold my arm? And I was like, God, this man's obsessed with me. But also like you didn't say anything. You just grunted and just was like, hello, like my arm is available.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, that type of body language I think is so cute and so just like clear to me, like, oh, this person is in a mood of, I want to feel close to you. I care about you. I didn't have to be verbal, just had to be a grunt and an arm movement. And it's just like, that feels sometimes a little more special because it's not communicated in direct terms. Yeah. But it's just like, oh, wait, like they're feeling something more than they're saying.
Body language is really important to me because I've had experiences that were in like a sensual, sexual context where I was verbally like feeling okay with it and verbally saying I'm okay with it. But internally, I really wasn't. And I was feeling like it was the polite thing to do to like go along with whatever sexual situation I was in. And because of that experience, I think I value it a lot more now because I want to pay attention to the little signals in a sexual context. Like that would be like, okay, like this person's saying yes and they're wanting to do it, but maybe it's time for a break. Maybe it's time to check in, whatever. And, you know, it does become a consent thing because, you know, like all that ties in, but I think I really value it because of that. And, you know, just kind of knowing when to pull back, you know, and when to lean in, you know, I just find body language to be very exciting in that way.
It's exciting. It's also just sweet because you can use it to really, like I said before, like you can really use body language to communicate how you're feeling if you don't feel like you have the words. Yeah. Like right now. And I think especially being in a new relationship, I do that a lot more. Knowing my partner, one of his love languages is like physical touch. So when I like scratch his head or like hold his arm, like that's my way of kind of telling him like, I'm thinking about you and I hope you feel like cared for.
I'm just thinking about like all the insane things you could do to make him feel the physical touch.
Right. But again, I guess I bring that up.
Whenever I smack my partner across the face, he just feels the love.
He feels love. But again, I guess that's not really body language. That's just physical.
I guess it is physical touch.
That's more physical touch. I keep coming back to that, but I think
it is both to some degree. Because it's those little signals that...
It's the signals you're not saying. Yeah. Body language, physical touch. Like, I guess they work hand in hand, but like it is just more... I wanted to kind of touch on the more like sexual thing again, because someone's saying yes, but you can tell in their face that maybe they're uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, I feel like sometimes body language is a lot louder than the words.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if I already said that, but you know, it's clear that like, I think you should, in those moments, go more off body language.
Yeah.
Because you can't fake comfort.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
It's not easy for me to fake comfort at all. Like,
me either.
Everyone knows in my friend group, my boyfriend, like when I'm uncomfortable or I'm anxious, they can read it all over me, like in an instant. Even if I say like, yeah, everything's fine. Like there have been so many moments where my boyfriend's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, look at how you're sitting. I'm like,
yeah,
I hate it here.
Yeah,
like,
body language. I want to go
home, you know? Like,
no, it's so true. I mean, I think that experience I had was an example of that, where I'm like fully saying yes and consenting to everything, but I still walked away from that experience feeling like I was like a boundary was crossed.
Yeah.
Even though I was kind of at fault, because not at fault necessarily, but I was kind of the ones egging it on by saying yes and saying, well, keep going. So that realization for me that I could be on the opposite end of that made me realize like any interaction I have with in the future, I'm going to definitely be very mindful of the body language.
I also am just thinking now, like, as much as you should be reading other people's body language, I think it's important to like know your own body language and notice how like when you do things, like I know for me, when I'm uncomfortable, I'll do something with my thumb. I'll like I'll be like fidgety or something or whatever. And that's my cue of like, oh, I think I'm uncomfortable right now. Like what's going on? And kind of like take stock of like my surroundings. Like, oh, I don't like being in this place, or
I don't like talking to this devil's advocate.
I don't like talking to this devil's advocate, my podcast host. Like I think it's important to just notice within yourself to like, it might be hard to even read your own body language sometimes. And maybe that's why people aren't good at reading other people's, because they don't know it like within themselves. Yeah. And over the years, I think I've gotten better at noticing like my cues, or I notice completely like when I'm about to say something that I don't necessarily know where it's going, I'll like touch my nose. Because it's kind of like a distraction for the person. Like, I hope you're not listening to me because I'm distracting you with this. And then I'll kind of like, or maybe not if I'm lying, but I'm just like talking out of my ass. Just like, oh yeah, well, like you'll look back on a few episodes of this podcast where I'm kind of like, yeah, so just keep going. But I've noticed that in myself, like, oh, it's clear. Like when I'm comfortable, I go for the nose.
Interesting.
Or I go for like like it's clear that I'm like, oh, if I notice I keep doing that, I need to like step back and do something else, because it's clear that my body is telling me I'm uncomfortable or something needs to change.
Interesting.
Body language.
I mean, we're already at our time, but I did really want to add to the body language thing that like, I guess this isn't something that makes me very excited about it. I guess in a way it's kind of an exhausting thing about body language. I guess physical contact as well. I really fucking hate when people grab me or like yank me around or whatever.
In what way?
I have like such an issue with it. Like growing up, like my brothers and my sister, like they used to just like grab me by the arm and yank me, you know, like messing around, nothing crazy, but it just really bothers me to the point where I'm like in a bad mood if you do that. So like recently my friend did that to me. Like I really hate in general when people are like hanging all over me or like putting their full weight on me. Like, you know, when we're drunk and out with friends at the bars, like people do kind of weird stuff. But like recently my friend just like grabbed my arm and yanked it. And it just pissed me off so much. And I literally like, I stopped in the middle of the sidewalk and was like, do not do that to me. I will not be going anywhere with you when you do that
anymore.
To me. Yeah.
And you know what? We're no longer friends. And then you pushed him in front of the car.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you know, don't have to deal with that anymore. One time I was at a, we'll call it an adult party.
Okay.
And this guy was, I guess he was really into me, but I was not really into him. And he was not picking up on the signals, my body language that was saying, no, and
sir.
He tried to yank me around. And I said, you won't be grabbing me like that. And he's like, what, grabbing you like what? And I'm like, don't grab me and yank me around this room. You're not going to do that to me. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought, you know, blah. And I was like, no, I mean, it's fine.
I need you to read.
That's enough.
I need you to read the body language for sure.
And then he did not talk to me the rest of the night, which was great.
It's so, especially in like those bar types of settings, like if someone's turned away from you, if someone's not engaged, like you can tell when someone's engaged. Like,
yeah.
I think more people like to go off like, well, they're telling me like we're talking, like everything's fine, but it's like,
yeah,
no, but like they're holding their drink with both of their hands, kind of like looking away, like
yeah.
It's clear, like I don't have to give you more signals.
Yeah.
And sometimes though it does take a verbal, like I'm not interested.
Yeah.
You're not gonna yank me around.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously we do use body language to communicate that, especially in those situations, and sometimes maybe more consciously. It doesn't always work. You just got to be like, and you know what? We're not having sex tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not into you.
Yeah.
Please get away from me.
I hate for it to go that route.
Yeah.
You know, I hate doing that, but if I have to, I will, you know?
It's almost like, I wonder if body language is the first like course of action someone can take, or that people do take when they don't want to like talk to someone at a bar or talk to anyone.
Yeah.
In general, it's like, I'm not going to turn toward, like, I'm going to stay close, stay with my friends, like, not even really turn my head. Like, thinking about how I've done it in the past, I'm like, yeah, I think naturally was like, let me communicate this non-verbally,
right,
until I have to actively say, oh no, thank you, please.
Yeah.
Leave me
no,
alone.
thank you, please.
Oh no, thank you, please. Like I'm waiting for the one, and you're not him.
Yeah, I mean, I think as I've gotten older, I have much less of an issue just telling people straight up, you know, not for me.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, not for me.
Yeah.
But for me, like when people are yanking me around, why are you yanking me around?
I'm a big guy.
Well, I don't mean it like that, but I'm also like, do not fuck with me, because I will
again,
fuck
if
you
it's
up.
an attention thing, like I physically have their attention by like discombobulating them.
Absolutely not.
I feel like I did that as a kid. Now that I like talk it out, I'm like, oh, I'm not getting enough attention. I'm gonna push this girl to the ground.
Right.
Like,
you know,
I love women. I was 6. You know, I'm just saying, like, I'm not getting enough attention. Like, hey, and then like being more rough, like with a friend, a sister.
It's just a pet peeve of mine. I really don't like it. I don't like when people hang all over me, yank me around. Do not touch me. Do not touch me
unless I've given consent and we're in the bedroom. And
I think that it's like, it's not even I need to give you verbal consent. It's like, why are we in public and you yanking me around, climbing on my back, jumping on me? Do not do that. Do not do that. No matter who you are. Any of my friends listening, all 30 of you, that all 30 of our subscribers, like, do not yank me around. Do not jump on me. None of that. I don't even really like people just coming up and like grabbing me from behind, like a hug or whatever. Like, don't even do that. Don't even do that.
I'm just glad now I get to say, like, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
Not that I ever get approached, but that can be an easy line of defense. If body language is not working anymore.
I've actually started really enjoying when people approach me and they don't get the signal the first time. And then I get to tell them, get the fuck away from me. I love it. I love it.
I can't wait to give you a big hug after this from behind. Unexpected.
And then drag me around a bar. No.
Gotcha.
Isn't that a funny joke?
Isn't this so funny? Now, the thing is, now that you've said that, drunk, if I see you out,
you're going to do it.
I know I'm going to do it just to piss you off. And I know you're going to turn around, you're going to look so angry, then you're going to see me in my cute little face. And like, I see what you're doing.
I'm still going to be angry. I'm going to be more angry.
Just a little me.
Anyway, that's today's episode.
Yes. Thank you for bringing all the topics.
Of course.
I really enjoyed them.
Of course. I feel like a lot of this episode might stay in, so I'm sorry that it's so long.
I think it's fine. I think it's good. Okay. I was having fun.
Okay, cool.
Well, thank you again for listening. Another episode of Ex-Boyfriend Material in the can.
It's been fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.